This one piece.
All right. Okay. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad that you're here today. It's going to be a really great training. We've got Beth, and she is going to share some CEO mindset and just how to run your business like a boss. So, because you are your own boss. But before we do that, I just want to give you guys a few updates. These are actually really exciting updates. So, drum roll. I love to do drum roll. I'm not very good at it. I need my son in the background drum rolling for us. But we are really wanting to move everyone's business forward. So everything we do on Fully Activate You is to help you to move your business forward. That is the whole point of everything that we're doing. All of our trainings, any meetings that we're having. So what we decided as your directs and as your leaders and mentors is that we are going to consolidate from some of these extra meetings that we've been having, and we're only going to do Fully Activate You trainings on Tuesdays. There is no longer going to be a town hall call on Sunday nights or Friday afternoons. We want you guys to have as much time as possible to be taking the action and working your business and moving it forward. So know that those 2 calls are canceled, but we are still going to have a town hall call. It's just going to be the last Tuesday of the month. So it's going to be at the same time on the last Tuesday of every month. We're going to do our town hall call style where we're going to have, maybe some check-ins or, some people sharing what they're doing from their pods, or we'll have Q&A kind of stuff we can discuss with you guys. So that is going to be the town hall call. I don't know why that gets me every time, you guys. Town hall call theme is going to be that last Tuesday of the month. So plan on Tuesdays at noon Eastern is always going to be when you're going to have all of your Fully Activate You goodness and training from all of us, and no longer doing the Sunday nights or the Friday afternoons. Okay, now, before we give Beth the floor, this is the other exciting part. We're going to start doing Crossline masterclasses. Those are going to start happening on Monday, the first Monday of the month at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. That is going to start in June, and you're going to be able to invite anyone you want. They'll be able to come to the masterclass live, and it will be recorded. So if later on in the month, maybe that person couldn't come, they couldn't attend, you'll have that recording you can share with them throughout the month. The second Monday of the month, same time as that first Monday at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, we are going to have a Crossline Fully Activate You opportunity call. So we are going to be starting 2 things that are going to really help you with your business and really move your business forward, hopefully making you money, all of those kind of things. So that is what we kind of decided as far as meetings. I hope you guys are excited. We're super excited. I want to see in the chat, are you guys excited? So Tuesdays, making it really easy. That's all of our calls that we're going to be training and chatting with you guys. And then on Mondays, the first and second Monday of the month in the evenings, that's when we're going to do our masterclass the first Monday and opportunity call the second Monday. So yay, I see lots of so excited. Yay, we're happy. Woo. Okay, we will give you guys more details about that. But I don't want to take any more time from Beth because she's got an amazing training. So Beth, take it away.
Okay, guys. So today, I hope you guys have been getting a lot out of these trainings. I hope that I hope you're pointing your teams to these trainings. We're doing this for you, for your people who are coming up, your people who are already in, no matter how long you've been in, this is for you, okay? So for some reason, I can't share my screen and look at my notes. So I've got some paper notes here, okay? So y'all don't make fun of me. I'm not like your grandma, maybe a little bit. Anyway, okay, so today, what we're going to talk about is the most important, the number one thing that will make or break your MIG business. I'm not talking about power seller. I'm not talking about getting customers, getting ambassadors. I'm not talking about promotions. Okay. I'm talking about the number one thing that guarantees either your success or your failure in this business. That's your mindset. Okay. Now, mindset and attitude, same. Okay. The definition of mindset is an established set of attitudes held by someone. Okay. So attitude, mindset. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, but first I wanted to let you all know, I am going to be telling you a little story. Okay. So, hold on just one second. Let me get my screen up. Just one second. Okay. I'm going to be telling you a little story. All right. So just bear with me, hang in there with me for it's literally 2 paragraphs. So I'm going to read you this story and it's important. Okay. So in October of 1911, 2 teams of explorers embarked on a journey that no one had ever successfully completed. The explorers left the Antarctic in an attempt to, hold on one second. No, the explorers left the Antarctic in an attempt to reach the South Pole. Okay. One team was led by Ronald Amundsen, who was Norwegian. The other was led by Robert Scott, who was British. Okay, the disparity between the 2 teams' success was immense. The Norwegian and his team made it to the South Pole, and they returned to their base on the exact date that he had marked in his planning journals. It was a precise victory. Scott, the Brit, and his team had a very different fate. They made it to the South Pole more than a month after the Norwegians did, but sadly, they all perished upon their return. Okay, so how could 2 leaders, presumably with access to similar training, tools, resources, produce such drastically different outcomes? The answer is in how they prepared and their mindset. Okay, so the Norwegian's success was connected to, hold on one second, let me find the right. Norwegian's success was connected to his incremental approach. He advanced 15 miles every day and built his system around that goal. In addition, he prepared mentally and physically for this particular moment his entire life. Okay, he ran miles and miles. He cycled from Norway to Spain instead of taking the train. He lived with Eskimos in order to adapt to extreme temperatures. And he learned how to use dogs and sleds and figured out whether dolphins could be used as a food for last resort. Okay, he thoroughly tested all his equipment. He also packed significant extra supplies for the arduous trip. And finally, he and his team formed a camaraderie before they set off on their expedition. Now, these methods are in stark contrast to how Scott ran his team. Scott took an aggressive, impetuous approach. He had no plan or marked target for progress, unlike the 15-mile mark favored by his rival. Scott bet his luck on unproven methods. He used tools that broke down, leaving Scott's expedition to rely on horses, which were unsuitable for the conditions. And perhaps the most telling, Scott's teammates did not bond or form fellowship before they left for the expedition. So this story teaches tons of lessons: consistency, foresight, fortitude, strategy, and ultimately unshakable leadership secrets. So you see how mindset can make or break an organization? Okay, so let's talk for just a few minutes about some simple principles that are true of this business and 4 things we all need to remember in order to see our businesses grow. Okay, and y'all remember, as I'm saying these things, I'm preaching to the choir. I'm talking to Beth Street as much as I'm talking to every one of you. Okay, so this is I want all of our businesses to grow. I don't care whose team you're on. If you're looking at this video, I want you successful. Okay, so first I want to talk about, glow up. Okay, what I mean by glow up is this: how do you want your business to be perceived by others? And how do you want you to be perceived by others? Okay, obviously you want to shine. You want MIG to shine, and you want people to be attracted to you and the products and the opportunity. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Sorry. I keep moving my fingers. I'm not used to using paper. Have you ever seen the CEO of a company who was negative and constantly complaining? Of course not. You know why? Because that CEO knows that they are the face of the company. Who would want to be the face of whining and negativity? Nobody. So your current mindset is doing one of three things, okay? Your mindset is growing your business because you're positivity is attractive to both prospects and the people who want to join you, okay? It's contagious for your downline, so they want to emulate you, okay? That's the first way. Number two, your mindset is keeping your business stagnant because literally no one is attracted to complacency or apathy. Or number three, your mindset is slowly killing your business because people run from negativity. And you might be saying, but Beth, I never share anything about my business. I don't talk about my business. I don't share my thoughts about my business. Oh, really? Is that so? Okay, so think about the most positive person you know. Okay, do you have that person? Now think about the most negative person you know. Okay, I bet somebody came to your mind for both of those things. Okay, they don't need to tell you their thoughts. They don't need to say what they think or feel about everything because you know it, because it is evident in every interaction with them. I can talk to somebody who's a negative Nelly and I know it within 2 minutes. I can see it in their countenance. I can see it in their smile, in their face. I can see it in the way they move, slumped shoulders, all that. If I talk to somebody who's positive, they're standing up straight, they're smiling, okay? Think of it as the difference between the Chick-fil-A drive-through and the McDonald's drive-through. Okay, they don't have to tell you, you know, okay? So if negativity has taken over your MIG business, listen, it happens, okay? What you have to do is you have to decide right this minute, right now, say it, decide, I'm going to throw that off, okay? I'm going to stop with the excuses and complaints, and I'm going to determine to be a solution finder, okay? So I'm not gonna lie, it's not always easy. And I struggle with it myself. I'd be lying if I did. I have to redirect my thoughts constantly, okay? So sometimes it seems like everything's not going your way or things are all happening at once. But the truth is, your business will rise or fall at the same rate as your attitude, okay? When you ooze positivity, people are gonna be begging to join your team. And that's just a fact. All right, so next we want to talk about grow up. Okay, so grow up. I'm going to ask you some questions and I want you to answer these truthfully to yourself. You don't have to type it in the comments. You don't have to say it out loud, okay? Do you take personal responsibility for your MIG business? Okay, here's a truth bomb about personal responsibility. If your MIG business succeeds, you're responsible. If your MIG business fails, you are responsible. Why? Because you're the CEO of this thing. You're the CEO of your own business. Jamie Cross is the founder and CEO of MIG, but you are the founder and CEO of your organization, okay? No one is going to build your business but you. No one, okay? Once you get that in your mind, changes the whole perspective, okay? Another question. Do you feel that you owe your downline something? Do you feel that you owe your upline something? Okay, there's a truth bomb about that. Your upline does not owe you anything. They are your coach, not your boss. Don't expect them to do everything for you or find every piece of information for you. Now, I'm not talking about new people. I'm not talking about, of course, you're going to onboard new people. I'm talking right now to people who have been in this business for a time. Take responsibility. Take personal responsibility, okay? Remember, you're the CEO, the CFO, and the CIO. You're the chief information officer of your business, okay? if things aren't going your way right now, it's not your upline's fault, because they are not the president and CEO of your business. Okay. If you find yourself in a situation where your upline is absent, plug in somewhere else. Okay. But do not let them derail your business. Two separate things. Okay. You started this business for a reason. Keep that goal front and center for you in your mind where you can see it. And remember, whatever goal you had in starting this, you're responsible for reaching it. Your upline is not going to be responsible for that goal. They're responsible for their own. All right. So your downline does not owe you anything. Okay. They are the CEO of their own business. You are their coach, not their boss. If you find yourself in a situation where your downline isn't working, give them grace. There's been times, I'm sure, when you have been in a place where you didn't have, maybe life was busy. Okay. Give them grace, give them encouragement, be somebody that they can come to and talk to, help them anytime they need it, but continue to build and bring new people on. Okay. Your growth is going to inspire stagnant ambassadors to re-engage. Okay. All right. Another question. Do you work your business every day like a CEO, or do you let it ride until the 28th and then push to meet a minimum goal? Okay. Here's a truth bomb. Let's say that you were able to hire people for your MIG team. Wouldn't that be awesome? What would be the top qualities you would look for? I would say self-motivated, go-getter, hard worker, networker, positive. Okay. Be that person. Whatever you would be looking for if you were hiring somebody for your team, be that person. Okay. Because every day you have to get up and rehire yourself. Every day, every single morning, you rehire yourself. When you get up, you're hired. Okay. So I promise you, if you throw off the expectations of everybody else, and decide to only hold yourself to those high expectations, it's going to take a whole lot of negativity out of your life. Number one, you're going to see a huge shift in your own business and your own attitude, and your team is going to grow. I promise. Okay. That's grow up. All right. Next, show up. All right. Show everybody that, and that includes customers, ambassadors, prospects. The MIG is a high priority to you. Is it your number one priority? No, that goes in a different order. We've got God, we've got family. Okay. But show people that it is high on your list of priorities. Okay. Keep your appointments 100% of the time. Okay. Nobody wants to join somebody who is not committed. Be committed. Okay. Follow up 100% of the time. Show up for trainings and meetings. I know everybody can't be here at 12 o'clock, but you can watch it on a replay. There's no reason why you can't go back and listen to it in your car. It's just 15, 20 minutes each week. If Jamie's on live, go back and see what she had to say. Okay. I hear people say all the time, I feel like I need more training, or I feel like my business would grow if I just had some more training. No. What you need more income producing activity. Training, like with any job, comes over time. You get on the job training. Okay. But if you want your check to increase, you need to do the things that create income. You can read all the books all the time, but there comes a time when you have to put your hand to the plow and put your what you've learned into practice. Okay. So never fall into the trap of saying, well, if I just knew more. No, you just get to work. If you don't know what to do, these trainings, your upline, we will help you. Okay. Be coachable. Out of all the training you've had, out of all the coaching calls you've been on, how many of the things that you've been taught have you actually put into practice? Are you coachable? Coachable person will do the things their mentor or coach tells them to do, no matter how crazy they sound. Uncoachable people complain that things aren't happening for them. Okay. When I do coaching calls, and my team will tell you this, I ask the person to take 6 weeks and write down these things daily. Okay. 3 things that will happen if I work my MIG business today, and 3 things that will happen if I do nothing. I also ask them to write out daily wins, but those 6 things, 3 things if I work my MIG business today, and 3 things if I do nothing. Okay. That's a corporate exercise that a lot of companies use to help employees start their day off with realistic perspective. In other words, here's what happens if I do the things. And here's what happens if I don't do the things. If I do the things, my business is going to grow and I'm going to make connections and I'm going to have new customers. If I don't do the things, I'm going to be sitting in the same spot tomorrow as I am today. And I don't want to stay there. Okay. So it gives you a visual of possible outcomes. Okay. Sounds crazy, but in 6 weeks, it builds the habit of starting the day with high expectations. And it also tells your business coach who is serious and who's coachable. Okay. Coachable people are willing to do whatever it takes, even if it sounds crazy or even if it's annoying. Okay. If somebody comes back to me and says, oh, I didn't do that, I didn't see the benefit in that, tells me a lot. Okay. Never allow quitting to be an option. Take that word out of your vocabulary. It's not an option. Nobody who ever quit was successful. You can't be successful and a quitter. Can't happen. Those 2 things are not, they're on the total opposite end of the spectrum. Okay. You don't have to show up to perfect to be taken seriously, but you do have to show up consistently to be taken seriously. And where your mindset matters, also your words matter. When you talk to people about your MIG business, or when you're posting on socials or sending newsletters or whatever, do you refer to MIG as your little side hustle, or that's my little side gig? Stop that. Have you ever heard a CEO speak that way about their position? No, of course you haven't. The CEO wants people to take their company seriously and take their position in that company seriously. Okay. If it's just a little side gig or a little side hustle, who's going to take that seriously? Think of it this way. In your home, you have a main door and a side door. When you go to a restaurant, you have the main dish and side dishes. Drugs have a main purpose and side effects. Okay. The word side indicates that it's something that is secondary to the main thing. Don't ever let people think that you think of this as something that's not as important as other things, as your main gig. Okay. You can make both. You can do both. Okay. So when you refer to your MIG, when you refer to MIG as your side gig or your side hustle, what you're saying is, I have a main thing and MIG is not it. Stop that. Okay. That's how you show up. All right. Last thing. Okay. Blow up. Okay. Leaders are made. They're not born. Okay. So if you say, well, I'm just not really good at leading a team. And okay. First of all, lead yourself. This is what we're talking about today. Lead yourself, expectations on you. And then as you learn, it's going to trickle down to your team. Okay. So no matter how old you are, where you are in life, what your economic status, how much money you got, whatever, you can become a natural leader. Okay. When you put in the work to work on your mindset by reading, practicing positive thinking principles, creating a zero negativity zone in your whole life. And that might mean, y'all, it might mean separating yourself from certain people. Okay. It's hard. That's hard right there. But when you do that, things are going to change. When you take over as CEO of your own MIG business, when you wake up every morning and you rehire yourself, when you take the word quit out of your vocabulary, you're laying the groundwork for an unstoppable, unbeatable, unlimited business, and you're giving your team the gift of solid leadership. Everybody's learning this together. Okay. Give grace, but hold yourself to that high standard. Okay. I promise, if you implement these things into your MIG business, I promise you're going to see your business grow by leaps and bounds. And that is how you blow up. All right. So I'm going to stop. All right. So I hope that was helpful. Samantha has already given you all the big exciting things. I hope everybody's excited about the master classes we're going to be doing. Does anybody have anything that they want to say? Unmute real quick and say it.
Beth, I just wanted to say you have a question here about the 6 things, writing, the 3 things that would happen if you did work your business, 3 things that would happen if you don't. You are saying to do that every single day for 6 weeks.
Every day. It's a habit. When you are in corporate sales, corporations will have you do exercises like that all the time. And what it does, it gets your mind. It starts your morning with, okay, if I do this, if I don't do this, that.
I love it. I love it. This training was amazing. If anyone wants to unmute and ask anything, I mean, Beth, obviously is a rock star, so unmute, or you can put it in the chat and I'll read it to her. You're just getting a whole lot of awesome. I love it. So inspirational. Thank you. I needed this. So this was awesome. Thank you so much, Beth.
All right. Thank you guys. I'm so glad to get to do this. And I hope you guys will point your teams to the Fully Activate You, get them to watch the replays, whatever you have to do, get everybody on board, get everybody rolling.
Thank you, Beth.
You're welcome. See you guys.
All right, bye-bye.